Hey, so really quick, I wanted to share a couple tips on getting a shaft unstuck that's stuck to like a blower wheel or fan blade on a motor. Today we're replacing this right here motor. It's going bad, so we've got our new motor here, but even though the set screw is loose, I'm having a really difficult time getting this shaft to break free from this hub right here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that it's clean. The surface here has a little bit of rust, so you can use a piece of like sandpaper, something like this emery paper, and clean that surface up so that when it does break free, it doesn't bind up while it's coming off. Second thing you're going to want is some kind of oil. I'm just using WD-40 in this case, and I already put some just right on there. As I said before, the set screw is loose. Then I like to take a crescent wrench and stick it on the flat, and then stick my fingers in the blower and try to twist these opposite directions to break it free in a twisting motion like that. And usually if you can get it to break free like that, then you're in good shape. I've already tried doing that, however, and I can't really get or couldn't get it to break free that way. And you don't want to put an excessive force on this blower, because if these little blades loosen up, then the whole thing will start coming apart and you'll have to buy a new blower wheel. So what I'm going to actually use is a special tool that's purpose-built for removing these. And these things are, in my opinion, a must-have in your service van. So this one's made by Sensible Products from Chicago. And what this does is it fits over the hub on the blower wheel. Most fan blades, like on an air conditioner or a blower wheel, will have this big metallic hub right here. And when you get this slid over it, you can clamp it down, and then you hold it with one wrench and tighten this down over the top, and it just pushes the shaft. But before we clamp that on there and start pushing on the shaft, we have to actually free the motor, which we'll do by removing these three screws that hold the bracket on the other side, and then we'll get it tipped up and we'll put the pusher deal on there. I can't remember the exact name for that, but I'll try to put it down in the description with its proper name and a link to where you can purchase one similar. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Another tool that is fantastic is one of these Lennox tools. They have, I think, from 5/16 all the way up to 1/2 inch. They've got all the sockets just stored in the handles, and they actually have a flat in the spot you can turn the wrench. If you can't quite get it with your hand, you can put a screwdriver through that hole or twist on it with a wrench, which I might need 2 hands to get that broke free. There we go. We'll just get these removed. But I'll link to one of these below. This has been a wonderful addition to the tool bag. Makes it so you don't have to carry a ton of random sockets. So I'm going to remove the set screw entirely because it's in the way. And oops, I've got the motor supported there and there, but I guess this box isn't quite doing it. So that when we push down, the motor actually will move down and not just sit there in space. And you can see this does say to clean and lubricate the motor shaft before using the puller, which I cleaned it up with the sandpaper. So we can then drop this on here. Looks like we're going to have to thread the shaft out a little more before it'll actually fit down on there. This thing can pull really long, deal with a really long shaft. And then once we get that on there, we'll tighten up these set screws and just start tightening it down. Alright, so we got all these set screws nice and tight, and we are ready to actually begin tightening this down here. And it just takes a 3/4 inch wrench, and sometimes you have to double wrench it, but we'll see how stiff this thing actually is. Seems like it's starting to move. And it's just going to force the shaft right out. See if you can see in there. kind of hard to tell if it's moving, but let's go again. Oh, yep, you can see it's moving. See that oil spot on the shaft is moving down as we press. So we'll just get this shaft pushed through. Just be tightening this down. Yeah, this is one of those absolute must-have tools. So if you don't have one of these, you need to get one. I use this thing pretty frequently, honestly. Like this heat pump system that I'm working on has been here for, I think, like 15 or 20 years now. It's a pretty old system, still going though. I think we did put one new compressor in it a couple years ago, but when stuff sits for a long time, it really doesn't want to come loose when you need it to. Sweet, got those loosened up. And you can see the shaft was pushed. See, it puts a little ding into the motor shaft, but not much. Wow, that was pretty rusted on there. Look at that. You can see why it was difficult to remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this new motor in, and then we'll be good to go for another long time, hopefully. So anyway, I hope that you found this video interesting and helpful, and let me know down below if you want me to share more random tips while I'm out on the job. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed, and talk to you later.